Hello everyone, I'm Jay Mere and welcome to a new review for 2024 horror movie. And this time I want to talk about a new horror movie, Smile 2. And this is the follow-up, the sequel to Smile from 2 years ago, a horror movie that came out in 2022. And I remember when this movie came out back then. And I know a lot of us were thinking, based on the trailer we saw, yeah, this is gonna be another generic horror movie with some cheap jump scares. I was in that group of people too. I had not really high hopes for this movie, no expectations at all. I just thought this was gonna be an okay horror movie that was just gonna pass. But Smile actually surprised a lot of us back then. It was more than a generic horror movie. It was, if you have generic horror movies, Smile was definitely the best one in that category. It was a real surprise. It was better than the trailers made out to be. And then they decided, because Smile was such a success, to make a sequel, Smile 2. So now we cannot make that same mistake again. We can easily think, oh, a sequel to a horror movie that had some success 2 years ago, this one would not be that much of a big deal. It will be more of the same. Now, the first Smile surprised us, so we have to give the sequel the benefit of the doubt, and for good reason, because Smile 2, I really enjoyed this movie. I actually think it's a better movie than its first movie. Yeah, I really liked Smile 2. So Smile 2, once again, it's directed by Parker Finn, and in the main roles this time we have Naomi Scott, Lucas Gage, and Gail Gallner. And Smile 2, what is it about? Well, if you know the first Smile movie, it's basically a bit of the same story. This time we are focusing on Skye Wiley. And Skye Wiley is a famous pop singer. She's real famous. And she had her problems, and the movie starts when she actually came back from her problems. She recovered from the things she had to do, things she has to endure in the past. The movie will explain what her problems were, but the movie starts when she is on the right path again, and she wants to make her life better, and she wants to focus on bringing her musical career back on track. But then she witnessed one of her friends from the past die before her. And we know from the first movie, this parasite goes from that body into her. And for the next week, she's gonna have a tough time. That's basically the movie. It's basically a bit of the same as we know from the first movie. And I have to say, let's start with this issue. Most of the movie, and that was also my worry for the movie, it's a bit of a copy paste of the first movie. Yes, it's a bit of the same, but the director does here and there some things to make it a bit different, to differentiate it from the first movie. He's very creative in that. So at the surface, yes, you can say that this is a copy paste movie of the first movie, but not at all. Smile 2 really can stand on itself, and it does certain things a bit different. But that's a little issue I had. But mostly I'm very positive on this movie. I really think it's one of the best horror movies of this year, and that's definitely a bold statement if you look at all the horror movies that came out this year. It's a really good horror movie year. But what I really like about Smile 2 is the director, his style and his tone and the way he shoots the scenes. And I really want to talk first about the opening scene. And the opening scene is by far my favorite part of this movie. And I really love this opening scene. It is one of the best scenes I have seen this year in movies. That was just amazingly brilliant. And why do I really love it so much is that it is a long take. And I really love long takes, and really long takes that don't overstay its welcome. Some long takes really take a long time and you really get bored watching it. But this long take is perfect because it had a good amount of time. It was not too short, not too long, just perfect. We're really focusing on one character, that's always good. And it has dialogue, it has tracking, it has also a lot of action in this scene. So the long take has a lot of variation, and that makes it so brilliant to watch it. And yeah, it was just the perfect way to open this movie, and I really love that opening scene. And that opening scene alone made me love this movie so much. And also the rest of the movie is just really beautiful to look at. The director, Parker Finn, really put a lot of effort and time in making a beautiful movie. Like, we are focusing on this pop singer, there are some repetition or her concerts, there is a lot of dancing, great choreography, really love that dancing sequences. That was also really beautiful to look at, but the movie is it's just a beautiful movie to look at. And because it's so beautiful, it's not really you keep your eyes on the screen, that's what I want to say. And it's a cool movie to look at. And also the second biggest thing that I can really be positive on this movie is the acting performance of Naomi Scott. Naomi Scott, she plays this pop singer with a lot of troubles from the past. She has to endure this parasite that she has infected with, and Naomi Scott is giving it her all. She was brilliant. And I know there are a lot of great acting performances this year, like from The Substance. That acting was also very sublime. But Naomi Scott was just wow. I was really stunned by her acting, and I know she's a good actress, but here that was some acting, and Naomi Scott really made this movie work. She also plays this character very in an interesting way, in a fascinating way, that you really want to know more about this character, that you want to root for this character, and that you hope for a good ending for this character. And that's all because of Naomi Scott, her acting. So also a good job and a big positive on this movie. And also, yeah, Smile is not really known for an abundance of kill scenes, but the kill scenes we have, they were actually very gory. So they didn't shy away to make gory death scenes, and that's also a big positive that I can give this movie. And I actually really like this movie. Like I said, the acting was top notch. Really like the cinematography, the directing style, great death scenes. So yeah, I'm very positive on this movie, and it's a pretty long horror movie. I'm very pleased with what I got to see. So these were my thoughts on the movie Smile 2. It's a horror movie that I definitely recommend. Definitely, if you like the first Smile, you will definitely like this one too. Maybe even more like I do. So hope you enjoyed my review on Smile 2. Always be free to share your thoughts on this movie below in the comments. Would love to read that. And if you want to see more reviews of me in the future, always be free to subscribe to my channel. Until the next time.